Hey, ladies and Germans, how are you all doing this week? This is Conor.
And I'm Rangru. Hello, hello, hello.
Well, guys, it begins a new week, and here we are starting on off with a game from the American Division from Steel Division, Normandy 44, as if you didn't know that already from this beautiful map. But on the lovely, lovely towns of Colville, we have who, Rang?
In the left-hand side, in blue, we have Yuejin, who is currently number 4 in the North American League, and he's playing as the Guards Armored Division. And on the right-hand side, in red, we have ourselves Fussel, who's currently number 3, and he is playing as the Foistang Paris Division.
The Festung Paris Division, and the Guards, how's that going to shape up? Is it going to be a lot of, vehicles, or is it going to, well, at least for the Germans, or is it just going to be infantry to kind of stave off that infantry from the Guards?
I think it's going to be pretty fair in terms of this, like, balancing. To be entirely honest, of course, Fussel can just spam heavy bombers like it's, the Blitz over London. But, in terms of anti-tank weaponry, early on, I mean, Eugene, he's got the 11 armor Cromwell, he's got Humbers, he's got motorized rifles, all pretty good units in general for more open playstyle. But Fussel as well, 2-star Puma, Pack 40s, mini Pinocchio tanks, as well as some Panzerschrecks here and there. It's pretty fair, to be entirely honest. It's a bit more of a open map. There's still some choke points. And I think early on for Fussel, it's going to be about using that 2-star Puma efficiently and making sure it doesn't get killed. And more for Eugene, I mean, his special unit really is that 11 armor Cromwell and, his like 3 Humbers that he has deployed, because they're going to be the main aggressive force. And maybe a bit of a half-trackish rush with some motorized rifles up north. It seems to be where Eugene is putting his eggs.
Well, that was the question I was next going to ask you here. Okay, so pressure points for the map. Are we? Oh, never mind. We need to get started right about now. And wow, yep, there are the Pinocchios coming on in. Well, I guess the early deployment speaks for itself. We seem to be engaging all across the map, then, don't we?
Indeed, we got Foistang really setting up a defensive position down south, and it's really going to come down to his whole northern and middle section, is where the first engagement is going to be out. Puma barreling down the road. And he's gonna get some very nice shots, I think, on these upcoming British armored units. That's a great spot.
Really, you think so? I actually kind of thought he'd moving into that orchard right there. Had he gone a little bit further forward, I think it would have been exactly what he needed.
Oh God, he is stopped. I thought he was gonna rush to the crossroads. If he could go to the crossroads, that would have been great. But I understand too. He's playing a bit defensive. Don't want to lose that, highly vetted unit. Gets a kill on a rifle squad, and here comes some 15-man squads that you can pronounce and I can't. And yeah, Puma's going to give some good fire support and pretty much secure this middle for now, as the Cromwell is coming down south to try and get some eyes on.
Here's the question then. With the Humber now pretty much outnumbered by Pinocchio and Puma, is that going to be a Axis position, or will this Cromwell be able to turn it back around?
Oh, it's really just down to that Cromwell. If that Cromwell can, well, it's not in a good position right now, as it can't do any damage to the infantry. So it's just going to be a bit of a stalemate. It's going to come down to the infantry fight first off, and then after, well, it seems like Germans are going to win this. After he managed to do, and capture his forest, Fussel can feel free to maneuver around his Puma. And this is a good spot, because that Puma could ambush that Cromwell. It's not really that long of an engagement distance. It can easily pen.
That is rather accurate, I would think. In the meantime, I'm trying to taking a quick look around, see what else is going on here. Oh no, Puma! Oh, I thought the Puma had eyes on for a second.
No, just kill him
half track. In the north, I'm actually surprised by how mild the early Guards position is.
Yeah, it's just getting those rifles, motorized rifles around, and, got Humber for fire support. It's really going to come down to Eugene moving his rifles up first to try and clear the forest before any armored play can be used. So we've got his 2-star Panzerschreck here, which is going to get into a pretty lovely position, I'd say, to knock out his Humber.
Now, that was another thing I was going to be very surprised about. You saw that Cromwell starting to move down towards that crossroads, and I was inwardly cringing inside, waiting for them to go within that 200 meters. Oh my gosh, that Bavarian moves up to that tree line. That could be... Ooh, crew wounded on the Puma. This could still be a dead Cromwell. Get your Fausts in there. Oh no, never
I
mind.
know
Softball.
it's just AT grenades can't.
I always think that. I keep thinking, but you know what? It's
Because
softball.
because we see so many bloody Panzer Grenadiers. It's like
Mm-hmm.
okay, it's an AT icon on a German infantry unit. It has to be a
Yeah,
Faust. I mean, it's 1944 for Christ's sake.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
But the Field Gendarme Amari are able to smoke on up and get that Puma out of there. So nice play.
that's very good play. I really like seeing, especially recently, people using their like smoke on the command infantry very efficiently because it doesn't seem
Mm-hmm.
like a big deal, but in instances like this, it can really save like a very important unit, as we'll see.
Just so. Another Command Cromwell coming on in, as well as a Lloyd carrier with some more AT. And it looks like Fussel's position up to the north is starting to fold slightly.
Yeah, it's not looking good. The Behrungs are getting pulled back. There's really no fire support up here. You know, Fussel is finally getting a Panzer 35 and even a Panzer 35R to try and shore up that northern section. But infantry rise, you know, it's not really great A phase for Fussel. The main thing is that he doesn't have Panzerfaust, really. And against Guards Armoured, you know, you're really going to be dealing with the armoured units. Yeah, the real threat. The rifles and motorized rifles, not so much. And he just needs to get those knocked out so his infantry can, you know, go toe-to-toe with the British.
Now, as moving up this Lloyd carrier, 6-pounder are going to definitely be able to engage anything the Germans have effectively. And looking at the position as well, that's a very nifty spot.
It's a nifty spot, a little bit in the open, I'd say. You can't
Yeah.
get into like his tree line where the Ortflair is, unfortunately. So he's gonna get some good shots, but look, it's
Oh, Command Cromwell goes down.
Oof.
I'm sorry to cut you off there.
oh damn, that's a good kill. He just I think immediately got up and just got destroyed. So yeah, we go. And
So you were saying, yeah, you are right. That is a little bit out in the open. I think I was seeing that as the Puma itself is fairly lightly armored, though, too. So you tap it the wrong direction, it will explode.
Exactly. Yeah, the Pack 40 and it can just give it outranges the 6-pounder. It actually has HE ammo, so it can scare it out array. And the Puma here, it's a good spot. Good Puma play. Even using it to chase down that 6-pounder now, and that Panhard gonna be trying to get the surrender, yeah.
Well, it's a great call. I mean, the one thing that could stop it would be that Humber, and the Humber is engaging everything.
Yep, he saw that, and oh, is he gonna continue the gun run?
Hey, you know what? Even if he loses it right now, that's still a great trade.
Yeah, knocking out 6-pounder is definitely worthwhile, but I don't think the Panhard's gonna be coming home from the Raw. I don't know. It's tanking it.
Well, when he goes up one day, he will be in fact a tank. So
He just hasn't grown a head yet.
exactly. First he's a Panhard, then he becomes a Puma, and then he becomes a Panzer. So it's the 3 stages. It's like a Pokemon, really.
Getting shot from both sides was like some sort of like Klingon ritual or some nonsense. Trying to get through like it's like when you like run over a bunch of like hot coals. It reminds me of I don't know why.
I was going to say I'm a little confused how we went from Klingons to hot coals, but hey, if you like to keep things steamy, I suppose that's how you do it.
Exactly. And this Puma now, it's making some pretty good plays. He can penetrate through his middle section and, you know, hook around. And
Sorry to make another quick call out. Cromwell to the north is down, and all that's left really for vehicles at all are 2 Humbers, one in the north, one in the south, and now the infantry Cromwell coming on in.
that's not good. That's not good at all. And this is, as you see, Fussel's now making a pretty good counter-attack here. Starting to, you know, surround the northern section. Down south, he's making some slow, but, you know, effective plays on the open field. Just rushing his guys over there.
And it looks like that last Humber might go down to the south. No, just somehow barely missing.
Yeah, come on, Pinocchio. You can be a real tank.
There we go. He's a real boy. Yeah, if I don't know what's been up with Eugen's play in the last several games we've been watching from him. Of course, we're only seeing microcosm in the first place, but it's not been his usual aggressive self here.
Yeah, I think his Cromwell's got just outmaneuvered by a veteran Puma, and that was really the hinge of his entire middle and northern assault. And now he lost and his rifles and infantry just aren't really, you know, can't really do much. It's gonna be down to a B phase where Eugene can, you know, get some armored reinforcements.
Sounds about right. Now, Puma, in the meantime, will be engaged in that infantry support Cromwell. Um, and I think the only way the Cromwell comes out ahead on this one is if he takes him back strictly by morale.
Yeah, that's the only way. And even then, the Puma could still get some pretty good shots. And I would move back at Cromwell right now. He really wants to try and keep it alive. And Fussel's just making fantastic progress. This is really good because, you know, Foystar isn't exactly the most mobile division, especially early on.
Making it all the more surprising that he's taken as much ground as he is. Now, 25 Pounder has been brought on, and he's been actually on this for about a minute or so, shelling pretty much anything he can.
Yeah.
This is kind of the last castle already for Yuejin up here in the north.
Yeah, that really is, you know, the last defensive unit. I mean, the Humbers, yeah, has its rapid jams, which isn't exactly great. And it's now just Eugene's infantry slowly being burnt away. And these Berherings are surprisingly effective. I always think they're pretty crap, but I guess, you know, they just out-tank the British infantry in a run-on-run fight.
Ooh, motorized rifles were able to take out that Pinocchio tank just by being super, super close to them. That is disappointing.
Oof.
But no, actually, I think the ones I'm surprised about are seeing that the Landesschützen are not being... They're not shrinking away from this either.
No, they're doing pretty good too. They're just, you know, taking bullets, which is exactly what Landschützen are meant to be doing. They're not meant to be shooting. They're meant to be shooting at.
Now, I'm surprised we haven't seen the 25 Pounder begin to do its anti-tank role just yet. Nope. But looking at him right now, if I were the Bavarians, I would be charging on in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Take that out, take out that 6 Pounder, and you own the north.
Exactly, and it's just going really well. Like, these Bavarians are making steady progress. The Panhard moving up, giving some good fire support here. And even if Eugene starts to push back in B phase, Fussel has very nice defensive positions all over to take advantage of. Like up north, this is a really good defensive area with the whole orchard. In the middle here where the Puma is, that's a good spot to set up a kill zone. As, you know, vehicles come north along that road and through the middle road too. So this is going really great for him.
Now, we are into Phase B, so with that in mind, a Stug 3G has come on in, and actually, I'm really surprised to see that the points are not more in Fussel's favor. In fact, he's still behind, technically.
Yeah, I mean, once you get to C phase, he ends up going behind. But yeah, it's a very even matchup between both divisions. Unit rise and heck, point rise too, to be entirely honest, because Fussel, he can throw his punches with tanks. He's got, you know, a very limited amount of decent tanks in B phase, but in C phase hits, you know, just the Panther and Tiger reserves get brought out.
One thing I would like to have seen out of Fussel is to get this Bavarians from dying, prevented from dying, rather.
Yeah.
One Pinocchio dies, and I dare not believe another one will be too long for this world.
Yeah.
Between the 25 Pounder and the 6 Pounder right there, it might behoove them to back up a little bit.
Yeah, they're definitely a little bit surrounded, I have to say. Yeah, I'm surprised that Eugene hasn't got a surrender on them.
Well, yeah, but they're paratroopers. They're... Never mind. And with that in mind... Actually, wow. Down to the south, nobody wants to move forward. Everyone's stressed out.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty stressful to look at.
Yeah, nothing but red bars.
Yeah.
But you know what they say, better red than dead, so... That's what they say in Russia. But, yeah, the Bavarians are finally down. Puma is completely Winchester on anything that remotely has HE. So those motorized rifles, even with a Piat, might finally kill that devilish Puma.
And that Puma, if you just look at the unit model, it's been through some shit. Like, that's a heavily damaged Puma. And honestly, running out of ammo, that's a good problem to have.
Now, is he been through some shit, or has he just been painted that? 'Cause that might be camouflage for all I know.
Yeah, it might be like destroyed tank camouflage. So if you're ever fighting in a scrapyard, you wouldn't actually know which is a real tank and which is deactivated.
Exactly.
But look, his Puma's stunning out the motorized rifles. I mean, it is a recon unit after all.
Piat, here it comes.
Oh. Oh, smoke. No, that's not smoke. And the Piat gets the kill. If he only had HE ammo, he would have survived. But, you know, yeah. I guess it wasn't that good of a problem to have. It was like a mediocre problem. It ended up being a dead tank.
Well, pack track coming in from the south, which is coming unfortunately at the absolute wrong location, as now we have a couple of Shermans sitting in the field too.
Yeah. Oh no, I was going to say it's an 88, but nope, it's the French thing.
Yeah, the M36, that beautiful, yet at the same time very, very depressing anti-aircraft gun.
Yeah.
In the meantime, though, still 55-45, 425 to 320. Fussel has taken the lead.
And here comes the heavy bombers, or heavy bomber.
Ooh,
One
you're right.
of soon to be many, I guess.
Is that really? Oh my gosh, he's moving an artillery piece super far forward. Never mind, that's that IG-18. Forget it.
IG-18.
I keep thinking like, oh, it's gonna be a direct fire howitzer.
No, it's just a 45-point little infantry gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it is kind of confusing sometimes. Unit icons. Like I kind of wish for like support guns like that they'd have a different icon because it's always like the same with like it's the same as artillery, which is a bit annoying, but that's just it's the little things.
Well, there's a 35R that was coming on in. I think he was getting kind of plucky. Unfortunately, he didn't realize that there is still that 6-pounder right there.
Yep, you know, these Burgerungs are going to come through and he can probably get a kill on that 6-pounder, I think.
Mayhaps. Where's the pack track? Pack track is down to the south.
And Stug's down south too. He's going to be getting some fighting with that Sherman. And a 17-pounder, so... Oof.
So that's a dead Stug.
Yeah, he's not going to be living this Stug life much longer.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Song for Professional Ghost Paris. Thank you very much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. And this is what we talk about, though. We talk about the fact that Guards Armored is not maybe the biggest powerhouse in A, but then they start getting those Shermans in B, and then by the time we get to C, it's hellacious against anybody who doesn't have the AT. I'm not trying to rhyme, I swear to God.
Are you sure?
I swear. I swore that off a long time ago. I hang up my rapping spurs several weeks ago.
Yeah. But it's the pack track, getting a kill on a Sherman. But you're right. I mean, once you get to B phase, like, these Shermans are extremely effective. As, you know, the bloody Shermans, goddammit. And, yeah, it's just going to be tanks here on out for Yuejin. And it's going to be about whether, well, Fussel, he can kind of contain it. I mean, down south, that pack track can, you know, keep things at bay. But I don't know about up north, because we've got a lot of fire support being coming, a lot of Humbers, a lot of half-tracks, the Sherman as well, and there's not really much here from Fussel. We've got the one pack 40, and that's really it so far. So I think this will be a time for Yuejin to counter-attack up north.
I believe you are right as well. And that infantry is super cheap. It's super cheap.
Yeah, like, motorized rifles are such a good unit, because you're paying 20 points for a rifle unit that is worse off infantry rise against rifles, but have a Piat, which is, you know, sometimes useful. But also the half-tracks are extremely efficient, because even though your Bren guns are absolutely rubbish, the half-tracks make up for that, because they are infantry fire support, and you get lots of them, and you can just throw them away willy-nilly, as you can just get more.
Now, one thing I do want to make there, you said it before about the M36 coming on in, and there's nothing more depressing to me than watching an anti-aircraft gun with the silhouette, pretty much, of an 88, firing on a Humber and just stressing it out a little bit.
I'm more of a surprise that he got that, because there's been no air threat at all. Like, this isn't a flak 88 where it could be, like, used for AT rep, and it's...
Yep.
You only want to get the M36 when there's aircraft to deal with. It's not even that good against infantry, to be honest. So, it was a rather interesting buy, I'd say. And it hasn't really worked well for him as he's just getting artillery to death.
Hey, a pop gun actually killed a Humber up north.
Oh, wow. Yeah, pop goes a Humber.
But then there's the Sherman and another Humber in the meantime, so... Yeah. I'm not happy about it, but, you know, well done. Yeah. Now, Bavaroans, again, you guys have softball arms. Oh, you had him. He was so close, you had him. Oh, man, they're coming. They're coming.
Yep, in the middle.
No, down to the south. They're gonna go after that Humber, I think.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Here they go. Grenade! No.
Nope.
Prime the next one, quick, Hans.
You got 5 more. Come on.
Exactly. Turn back around. Here we go.
There we go. He's getting the reload. Yeah.
Oh
Come
my
on,
gosh.
that magnetic.
Yes, apparently there's a giant piece of something in the ground. It's like buried treasure. They go in and out. They lost 3 guys to no avail.
Is he gonna run back in, or is that his anti-tank?
Nah, he's out.
Yeah,
He's out.
That's a shame.
And the Germans are completely routed in the north. They have 1 Landesschützen holding the line, 3 other squads, including a officer, fleeing the field. That is embarrassing.
Yeah, but I mean, if this was a Red Army, he'd be shot.
Is that he is in a Red Army? But I see what you mean. Well, and we also I do like seeing also the Panzervernichtungs.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say like the rifles make him like good infantry killers, but just being 6 guys make him much more tanky when fighting against tanks. And it's good to be tanky when you're fighting against tanks, especially when using anti-tank weaponry.
Unfortunately, Yuejin now has a couple of sextons, so he's calling down that holy firepower. Yeah. Ain't gonna be pretty.
And those sextons are gonna be extremely useful because it's all really soft targets showing out on Fussel's side, and we're all gonna be hitting sea phase very shortly. And I wonder if Fussel will be banking up for a Panther or Tiger immediately.
One can hope, but I don't think it's going to be happening.
Yeah, because I definitely think he needs some sort of heavy tank on the field to try and deal with these Shermans, because it's not like a Panzer division where you get like Jagdpanzers or Panzer IVs, because you just don't get that many tanks. He needs to rely on Tigers and Panthers later on to be his like main tank force, and not to die and kill everything.
That's asking an awful lot right now, because we, like you said, and like I've said now already, there's a lot of tanks coming this way, and anti-tank gun after anti-tank gun after artillery pieces all getting taken out.
And it's just so many. I've never seen this many Humbers in a match before. But Yuejin, he really likes him. I mean, they're pretty good. I mean, it's nice, nice little fly sport, a little bit of AT too, and some free recon. But yeah, he really likes his Humbers.
Well, there's a Tiger already, so there we go.
There we
go.
An
immediate Tiger. Will we see the Recon Panther? Be nice. I somehow don't believe that's going to happen necessarily, but Tiger in any case, that should be amusing.
That should be pretty useful. If he can knock out that Sherman and not get P-atted, that Tiger could really shore up things up north for now. But at the same time, all Yuejin has to do is get a Firefly and he can, or Achilles, and he could counter that.
That's true, as long as he wears something on his feet.
Yeah.
Gotta watch out for those heels, man. Always gotta watch out for those heels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the poor 35R down to the south apparently got hit hard enough. He has no ammo left.
Yeah, that's not good. And I do want to note he's like Landshützen's kind of behind enemy lines up north. They've been there for a little bit.
It's almost as fun to notice the fact that the pack track is engaging the Sherman at 1,200 meters. Oh, he's trying to put. Oh, he's gonna get a couple more shots here. And this gonna be side shots? No.
No, he doesn't.
He barely doesn't see him anymore.
The Tiger's gonna come in and he should be able to finish the fight. A little bit ballsy moving the Tiger around the infantry in front. I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures, but you never know. There could be some angry 6-pounders in there.
Oh, please don't depress me like that.
Mildly annoyed 6-pounders.
Please, it's a British division. They're just peeved.
Slightly miffed off today.
Exactly.
We had to have tea time at 7 o'clock instead of standard 5:30 because the Germans' artillery barraged us. It was a sad day.
But yes, the batsmen are certainly coming on in here. One Sherman does go down. The other one down to the south. I guess he died a little while ago. Did I miss that? Pack track. Yeah, it was a pack track.
Yeah,
never mind.
Pack track. And these sections are bloody deadly. The pack track is about to get anti-tanked by the 17-pounder. If the 17-pounder can, hit it.
Yep, it's kind of like a... How many
it's a static target. You can't miss.
Well, it's like how much wood could a woodchuck chuck kind of idea, so...
Yeah. And... yeah.
There we go. That 17-pounder has been quite good.
Yeah, it's not going to be good much longer.
No, he's taken a couple of bombing runs already.
Yep, and... Okay. Taking out like a champ.
Well, you know what? I think Fussel just wanted to kind of throw a garland of explosions all around him. If you look where the bombs actually hit, he's really trying to approximate the surface of the moon.
Exactly, exactly.
Oh, but oh man, I didn't realize there's another 17-pounder here, and he's got that tiger right in his sights.
Oh, it bounced! Crap steel for you.
Oh, it's better than your recent Reddit post.
Okay, you know, a 17-pounder misses, but 45 ACP can pen, just saying.
That's true, that's true.
Yeah. It's a
then
reason
again, not every single 17-pounder is being fired by Tom Hanks.
Good
so.
point. I mean, I'd be pretty scared if Tom Hanks was shooting at me. I'd be like, what did I do to piss him off? I mean, he's such a nice guy.
I'd just start screaming Wilson. Maybe I can incur some sort of PTSD thing.
Yep, yep.
Rifles continue to hold the line. Rifles lead the way, and for some strange reason, all of the Panzerschrecks were leading the fight up to the north. But this may not be enough to hold the line.
No, he needs some... I mean, he has the Panther 35R, yeah, but that's, you know, the bare minimum of fire support. Some Panzer Grenadiers, that's pretty good. And at long range, they're gonna definitely mess up his rifles. But he just needs, you know, a little bit more up there.
Well, 17-pounder falls back under that firepower. Down to the south. Actually, we're back to a 50-50 split. Oof.
Pretty close on points. I mean, I haven't really noticed the points, but it's been pretty tight.
Tight like a tiger, you're right.
Tight as a tiger, exactly. I mean, Fussel's, you know, just in the lead by 100 points, but 15 minutes left. This is still anyone's game, to be honest.
Okay, JU-88, or 188 rather, I would have liked to have seen him going after the southern artillery park, but he's going after the northern one with pretty much no ammunition left. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. I don't know, that's not really a worthwhile thing to even be, like, going after the artillery, because it's going to scare it for a little bit, but it's not going to, like, do any significant damage. Those sections are pretty much invulnerable unless they get directly shotted at.
No, I was thinking more of hitting that Bedford supply truck, if it could. That would have been okay. If you're gonna shell it at all, you might as well hit the supply truck. But yeah. Tiger. In the meantime, he's just kind of hanging on out now. 35S coming on in. Well, his name's not Wittmann. That's why he's alive.
So it's the Rittmann thing actually adds like a 20% debuff where you get 20 to get hit.
To life expectancy?
Exactly. But a regular 2-star Tiger doesn't experience that debuff. It's one of those like hidden stats in the game.
Yeah, actually, if you look on the file location noted below, you'll see exactly what we're talking about. But to see that file location, you must go into a bathroom, turn around 3 times, and shout Bloody Mary. Anyway,
okay, sure.
An Achilles coming on in now, or is that the Challenger? No, it's an Achilles, isn't it? Yes, no, Firefly. Wow, I always, jeez.
I mean, you know, they're both big guns.
And I guess there's more air power being invested in here. Again, being used to just kind of scare away the tanks to come again another day.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, that's a Flak 41, so that's a pretty good investment. That can help out in his open ground engagement, but damn, those sections are just really doing a number on Fussel's line. Everything's just been stunned up in the middle. Nothing, apart from that Tiger, is actually able to do anything.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head for this one.
Yeah.
I feel like the Brits are going to continue to work the flanks here. They're picking off piece by piece.
Yeah.
With just a holding force in the center. And as long as they just moderately hold the center,
yeah,
that should be just fine.
The Tiger is going to be moving up. He's going to try and penetrate through the middle. Yeah, it's that Firefly which is about to come over, and that could do some serious damage at such a close range, and just pop around the corner and say hello. You know, he knows the Fireflies, yeah, so he isn't going to be running around tree line anytime soon, I think, which is a smart move.
Trying to figure out where that Tiger's actually going to be shooting in the first place. Oh, Cromwell, okay.
Finally, first plane, Typhoon AT here. Goes in for the rocket run. Firefly comes in, gets bombed. So, neither side being able to do anything in that stalemate. That's pretty good timing with that JU-188.
Yes, meanwhile, I'm going to take a look at the north. We have brave Panzer Grenadiers and 135S trying desperately to hold the line. Against another Sherman and a lot of infantry.
Yep, it's just... Those Pounder Grenadiers are a little bit outnumbered. Thankfully, the 35S has given some very good veterancy bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't... He needs to kill out Sherman. These Pounder Grenadiers don't have Panzer Fausts. So, have fun. Bomb and run, yeah? Get the infantry, get Sherman to surrender.
Rush in the Panzer 35.
That's what he's doing. The French cavalry tank doing some cavalry maneuvers.
Well, I mean, honestly, if he defeats this thrust, he takes back a lot of territory. Internal fragments.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Fire Z cannon! What are you waiting for? Stop! No machine guns. Oh
Nope.
wow. Okay, never mind.
Fire
the machine guns.
That was a good save at JR98. He's now behind his own lines, which is going to be suffering a morale penalty. And there we go. 2 surrenders. Yeah, damn it. That Somu is doing a bloody good job.
Tiger E, in the meantime, is not going to be spending his entire existence being stunned up. And crew knocked out.
Oh, this could be the end.
Like we said, only a 20% debuff, and that's how long 20% lasts.
Yep.
The G180, it's like, oh, guys, sorry, I was just picking up a pizza. Where's the tiger? Oh. And this is why you float like a butterfly and sting like a firefly.
Yeah.
Oh,
God. So, that goes, like, the real big, heavy metal in the middle. And are we going to see some more heavy metal in the middle from Fussel? That's about a crescent. Down south, it's not really looking pretty for him. As Yuejin is making around. And it's really just, one Bergerung there, holding that entire flank.
Now, when you say heavy metal, don't you mean twisted metal? Or we just get too close to the whole, whatever, the sweet tooth and all that?
Yeah, I guess that tiger is pretty twisted at the moment.
Now, 2 Fly 41s in the middle of the field, those guys are now going to feel the ire of the double sextons.
Yep, it's just...
There's nothing to hold them back.
Yeah.
Now, I might be wrong here, but why aren't we seeing Stugs?
Because you can only get, like, 1 or 2.
Well, there's that Panther at least, so... Because we only saw the 1 Stug from before.
Yeah, you can only get, like, 1 or 2... Like, you can get, like, 1 Stug and 1 Panzer IV in an entire deck.
But yeah, I kind of feel like we still are missing the missing link, so to speak, you know?
You mean like another medium tank?
No, I just meant like between the Tiger and the pack tracks.
Yeah, that's a downfall to Foisting Paris. That they don't have that. They don't have that medium line. They just have like 1 Panzer IV, 1 Stug, and that's really all you got, mate. So you either have to rely on like crappy captured French tanks or some, one-off pack tracks, and then heavily vetted, Panther Ds. It's the flavor.
Well, you know what they need right now, the Germans? They need an Atlas to come on in.
Or Hunchback, or
exactly. Just give me a couple of AC-20s, we're all set.
Yeah, me and Carl's been playing quite a lot of that new BattleTech game. It's very good. So yeah,
XCOM with giant fighting robots.
Yeah,
there we go.
And a 100-ton Atlas at this moment could just run through its entire force, easy peasy.
Now imagine, if you will, a Ferdinand tank that actually works, and you have the idea of what an Atlas actually should have been.
Yeah.
Panther, in the meantime, going to come on in. It looks like he's trying to get frisky with that Firefly, but the Firefly gets the first shot in Eternal Fragments.
That's just sad.
Yes, it is.
Sad, considering the Panther as like a slightly long-range engagement, 2-star veterancy. That's just...
Yeah, he didn't even get the first shot off.
I know. The Panther G just tasted the deer.
Ay. And that looks like the beginning of the end, I would say, over here for Fussel's hopes and dreams.
Yeah, he's just... I mean, he's got a supply truck, so our Panther D is going to be able to get back into the fight, but it's going to be...
For how long,
a delay.
Though?
Yeah.
We only have at most another 7 minutes to this entire cast, and frankly, there's still 25 pounders to the north. There's now 2 more Cromwells that are in there. We have Sherman's left, right, and center.
Yeah,
and you know what? It is definitely time to bring in the B2 Flampanzer. That's the right call right there.
Yeah, he's just gonna hopefully, just burn the entire forest, start a forest fire, and buy him some time.
Well, that's
Maybe.
true. Only... Actually, I can't say that. Suffice... Been a little bit crossing the line. Suffice to say, the Ju-188s are not going to be helpful any longer. You see what I'm going on right now as that Typhoon comes in with just a couple of cannons.
Yeah. Want to take us to ×2 at 15?
Yes, we can certainly do that. Engine destroyed in the Firefly.
Yeah.
Please, just blow him up by raw damage. He's not going to.
×2.
Forget it. Yep.
Yeah.
Half track after half track going down. We're starting to get the Falaise pocket here as German units surrender in their dozens.
Yeah, this isn't looking good. And really, Yuejin, he just managed to just outproduce Fussel, essentially.
Well, there were a couple of strange calls coming on in, like the M36 that we talked about earlier on. And I think the addition of those... what's their name? Oh, geez. The 17-pounders was probably the thing that turned around, I would think, the armor game for this, and at least in my mind, for Yuejin over Fussel.
Yeah. Fussel could have, instead of getting like those AA guns, he really should have maybe got some artillery. Because that would have helped out a lot of dealing with the AT guns and just trying to stress out the tanks a little bit at least.
Heftier artillery. Hey, Firefly goes down to a number of bombs.
Yeah. And Fussel surrenders.
Yes, sir.
A good game and like a 900 kill difference, roughly.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at the losses, that Puma did pretty good Puma play. But apart from that, it's Tiger does pretty good, and BF Panzer.
Kill on the guard side, Bowness, the Cromwell 6 just does work.
I bow down.
Oh, boo. Take a look at that. I didn't see the Puma. Oh, yeah, wow. Puma does pretty well. You're right.
Yeah, some good Puma plays. The Shermans did pretty decent all around, to be entirely honest. Nothing like too crazy, but nice and spread out. Everything's above average for Guards Armored.
That seems a fair assessment. Yep.
History rise, like looking at history, like the first, like damn, like pretty much all the way up to 8 minutes. It's just Guards Armored units going down, and then after that, it's pretty back and forth.
Until minute 30, at which point it becomes 2 blue units for the last 8 minutes, 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
And one of those had just had so many pounds and kilograms of bombs dropped on it. Eventually, the tank was just like, "Screw it, man, I'm out.
I'm done." GG.
Indeed.
But that was good play from Yuejin. He just, the Saxons help out a lot. Fussel, there's a lot of weaknesses with gross Foistung Parish, like lack of medium tanks, some infantry in A phase, etc. And if you can't keep those like few super units alive, like the pack track and whatnot, you just end up faltering.
That would seem to be the most concise way to talk about it.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, what you say we end this cast and get ready for Thursday?
Okay, sure.
Sounds good, folks. Thank you so much for tuning on in. Congratulations to Yuejin. Sorry about it, Fussel. But that's gonna be it for us today. This is Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangru. Take it easy.